What up, guys? It's your girl ManicMeeks, and I am back with more Dragon Age Inquisition. If you're enjoying this playthrough and you also got on my channel, go ahead and subscribe. I'm Major. Let's be together. So, I'm gonna explain to you guys what had happened. I was playing, and tomorrow is my first day off in 2 weeks. So I was like, "Yay! I'm gonna do so many things. I'm gonna stay up. I'm gonna do stuff." And then I played for 2 hours and crashed for 5. So here I am at 11 o'clock at night, jumping back on the play. Yeah. So my goal is to get here. There's so many things. I really want to do the rifts, but they are so hard. This one is difficult. Wait, where am I? What's this? Oh, the shards. What are the shards for? I guess I can, do the ting-ting, do the ting-a-ling. So if I go back to... Can I see? Because I don't know if it counts because I wasn't actively in the game. I don't know how the war room stuff works. Oh no, I'm still here. My eyes are like goopy right now. First of all, Cullen is looking cute. Let me just tell you, I said.
Have you kept in touch with our friends in Lady Esterly's estate? Several bards will play for her tomorrow.
Okay,
night.
so it says
we will have names soon enough.
Report ready. What else did I do? Did I do this? Report ready. Okay. Okay. So it does. It's like real time. Commander Cullen, with the watchtowers built, we've had advance warning of demon and bandit attacks. The area is safe for both refugees and the farmers who have fled the nearby fields. Much appreciated, sir. It's good to know that the Inquisition is willing to put in the time to help these people. Corporal Vale. Our efforts bore fruit. A portion of the profits will be passed to you. Use it wisely, Harold. Okay, so she's still working on hers. But... So cost... Is it the power that I'm using to pay for this? Your Inquisition says it's for order against chaos, reason, and darkness. If you stand by this, come forth and drive the heretics from my land. They claim to be refugees, but I have seen elves and apostate among them. What? Filthy savages tearing at our roofs. Our monarch refuses to send forth armies, and my own knights were decimated at the conclave. I require your aid to peace my land. Okay, listen, my whole eye is like goopy right now. I don't lick it. See, nobody really wants to help him. To whom it concerns, the Tyranier of Highever wishes to convey our deepest sympathies to the death of divine Justina V. the Fifth. The most holy, oh Jesus! The most holy was incomparable in her wisdom and dedication to peace, and we had high hopes that her conclave would succeed. We hold a vigil in Highever in remembrance of Justina and cordially invite the Inquisition to attend. Koosland!
Let us begin.
We'll do that. So, how do I unlock stuff? Oh, yeah, it does cost power. Okay. Inquisition soldiers have gone missing in the marshy reaches of southern Ferelden. Because the region is largely uncharted, finding them will be difficult, but the Inquisition advisors are determined to find out what happened to the, and if possible, bring their people back alive. What is this? Who is this? Send my people. A few scouts will move more quickly than a larger group could. Connections. If I contact a local band. I don't know if I want to do this because I would rather send Leanna's people so they can sneak a redeekery and figure out what's going on. Oh, so she can continue to do this. Letter from an Inquisition diplomat to an ambassador Montiliet. Dear Lady Montiliet, it's true. Distant relations of the House of Trevelyan are claiming close friendship with the Herald of Andraste. A boast is one matter, but the boundness of tact and decency appear to be invisible to these mountebanks. During a ball in the South Quarter, I witnessed a cousin 5 times removed from Lady Trevelyan threaten to have the Inquisition fight his rival. He quickly left the party, and I made my connection with the Inquisition clear. But the problem stands. We must deal with the Herald's relative taking her name in vain. Well, there are ways to indicate our displeasure without tipping our hand. Such is the reach of the threat of the Inquisition, received offers from all corners of Thedas. From a distant clan of Dalish comes a surprise. A letter in flowing script. Perhaps you are not as we and do not share what we believe, but this threat is common to us all. For the wounded sky belongs to everyone. If nothing else, we would have you sure of foot in your journey towards victory. What? Requires time 0. What? So this is what I need to do. Adjust to Chantry and Val Royeaux. So that's the next. The remaining Chantry clerics have declared the Inquisition heretical. Attempts to gather allies against the breach have been rebuffed, and at this moment we could not step foot into the capital without being attacked by a mob or arrested. We must convince the Chantry to permit us entry into the city so we can show them that the Herald of Andraste is not the monster they believe. Recommended levels 4 to 7. It won't let me though. It won't let me pay for it.
Having the Herald address the clerics is not a terrible idea.
You can't be serious.
Mother Giselle isn't wrong. At the moment, the Chantry's only strength is that they are united in opinion. And we should ignore the danger to the Herald. Let's ask her.
I'm more concerned this won't actually solve any problems.
I agree. It just lends credence to the idea that we should care what the Chantry says.
I will go with her. Mother Giselle said she could provide us names. Use them.
But why? This is nothing but a...
What choice do we have, Liliana? Right now we can't approach anyone for help with the breach. Use what influence we have to call the clerics together. Once they are ready, we will see this through.
We don't go there immediately, do we? I just want to unlock it. Is that a thing? Did I do it right? Oh no, we going here immediately? We're going here expeditiously. I didn't... Hard liquor! I didn't... I was just... I wanted to unlock it. I didn't realize that. I want to go back... I want to go back to... I want to go back. Oh no, I want to go back. Not finished! We cute though.
City still mourns.
Oh. Bitch, calm down.
Seeker, but I think they all know who we are.
Your skills of observation never fail to impress me, Varric.
My Lady Herald.
You're one of Leliane's people. What have you found?
The Chantry mothers await you, but so do a great many templars.
There are templars here?
People seem to think the templars will protect them from the Inquisition.
What good is y'all?
Gathering on the other side of the market. I think that's where the templars intend to meet you.
Only one thing to do, then.
Run up so they can get done up, bitch. Pretty much.
They wish to protect the people from us?
So first things first.
Think the orders returned?
Return to Haven.
Oh.
We'll need to inform them if we are delayed.
As you say, my lady.
The avenue of her reflective thought. Our Lady and the actors of her rise and fall. Message and visage are worth repeating. Oh, this is a lot. Ooh. Mafarath's blood guilt. Beneath scratched by a vandal and his head suddenly weighs too much. Whee! Oh, his remorse. At meeting a low door frame. He bust his head. One up there. Okay. Oh, this is funny. An unrelated headache. They are funny. The avenue of her reflective thought. The avenue is inspirational, but wise travelers do not linger in the respects. Not because the bizarre awaits, but because the area before the back-turned statues is treacherous. Local legend has it that the child empress, Amy, abused the opportunity of religious repose to relieve herself beneath the gaze of Our Lady. Unable to discipline the toddling leader, her attendants instead chastened the statues and had them turn. So she came over here and peed. Peed from up there. Ma'am.
You'll forgive if events are a little too flustered for commerce. Nothing personal, Inquisition.
This place is pretty. Ooh, a read. The Emporium of Mortal Means. A plaque reads, for all matters defensive concern, offensive intent, and study of martial arts, and with sanction magical. Okay. Listen here.
Not open today. Not until this fast is over, at least. Too many swords out.
Oh, okay, so you guys are the merchants. What's this? Nothing? Oh, ooh, read. The first Lion of Orlais, in respect to the Emperor Alphonse of Almont, is rumored that one is gold, one is bronze, and weighted with poison, one is chocolate, and one is watching. Dare we all a thief to test his back and learn which is most dangerous to try, deny Orlais. Okay.
We're keeping order.
Oh, fast travel. Okay.
city is close to you, except for the Chantry and our templars. They'll certainly take you.
La Pomme Viet Mort. Something about dead apples. The apples nearest the cafe are said to change their taste depending on whether one is walking towards or away from the gallows. And of course they do, for taste is subject to the whims of the heart. And no meal is favored after tears, but dare it anyways, for none know the taste of joy such as we who do not shy from experience. Y'all, I'm doing the most right now. In respect to Duke Isidore d'Arlésian. Oh, there's something up here. Oh. Grace of the Empire North. Display reserved for disclosure, politicals with attending professors of social matters. What? Y'all be saying some random stuff.
Templars will help us as they always have. No need for an Inquisition.
Oh, okay, to the west.
The Inquisition. We don't require that sort of thing in Val Royeaux.
Why y'all got mascuses? I really wish this eye would stop leaking.
Good people of Val Royeaux, hear me. Together, we mourn our divine. Her naive and beautiful heart silenced by treachery. You wonder what will become of her murderer. Well, wonder no more.
Y'all do the most. I'm just trying to mind my business
Behold,
and
the
assist.
so-called Herald of Andraste, claiming to rise.
I'm looking like,
where our beloved fell. We say this is a false prophet, no servant of anything beyond her selfish greed.
We came here in peace simply to talk, and this is what you do. I implore you, let us sit down together to deal with the real threat.
It's true. The Inquisition seeks only to end this madness before it is too late.
It is already too late. The Templars have returned to the Chantry. They will face this Inquisition, and the people will be safe once more.
Still yourself. She is beneath us.
Was that display supposed to impress me?
On the contrary, it wasn't for you at all.
Who
Lord
is that?
Seeker Lucius,
Oh.
it's imperative that we speak with...
You will not address me.
Bruh.
Lord Seeker?
Creating a heretical movement. Raising up a puppet as Andraste's prophet. You should be ashamed. You should all be ashamed. The Templars failed no one when they left the Chantry to purge the mages. You are the ones who have failed. You who'd leash our righteous swords with doubt and fear. If you came to appeal to the Chantry, you are too late. The only destiny here that demands respect is mine.
What we truly need is an alliance that will seal the breach.
Oh, the breach is indeed a threat. But you certainly have no power to do anything about it.
But Lord Seeker, what if she really was sent by the Maker? What if...
You are called to a higher purpose. Do not question.
Why does he look like a velociraptor?
I will make the Templar Order a power that stands alone against the Void.
Y'all gonna wake her up?
We deserve recognition. Independence. You have shown me nothing. And the Inquisition, less than nothing.
Sir, are we fighting?
Templars, Val Royeaux is unworthy of our protection. We march.
Okay, so now what, y'all? They left y'all.
Charming fellow, isn't he?
Has Lord Seeker Lucius gone mad?
Yes.
Do you know him very well?
He took over the Seekers of Truth 2 years ago, after Lord Seeker Lambert's death. He was always a decent man, never given to ambition and grandstanding. This is very bizarre.
Do you think he can be reasonable?
No, doesn't sound like it.
I hope so. If not him, there are surely others in the Order who don't feel as he does. Either way, we should first return to Haven and inform the others.
Listen.
Excuse me, but is what they're saying real? The Inquisition's going to fix the hole in the sky?
We're gonna try.
We're going to give it a try, at least.
No one is doing anything. The Chantry is useless, and the Templars... Andraste. I never thought they'd abandon us. Listen, your camp will need food. I have contacts. We'll have deliveries there in days.
You want to help the Inquisition?
Never been part of something this big before, but if your Inquisition
Thank you.
seal the sky, I want to help.
What do you think, Cassandra?
I think the woman is asking you and not me.
Well, she is.
The Herald of Andraste. Yes, I understand. Haven is a mess, but we won't turn away anyone willing to help.
Oh my god, my eye!
Head to Haven, then. We need good people.
I don't know if I'm that, but it will be nice to see. Thank you.
Thank you. Power! Now I know what the power is for.
Ever since our divine was murdered.
What's that? An arrow with a message?
Bitch!
What the Grand Cleric's doing while the maid circles.
Oh my god, that scared me. That scared the shit out of me. Oh, Emperor Florian. History lesson. Favors for a friend. A message attached, written in large flowing hand and bordered with doodles. People say you're special. I want to help, and I can bring everyone. There's a baddie in Val Royeaux. I hear he wants to hurt you. Have a search for the red things in the market, the docks, and round the cafe. Maybe you'll meet them first. Bring swords. Friends of Red Jenny. I remember Red Jenny. That shit scared me. I'm like, who's we fighting? So that's another fast travel. One. This is another examine. Okay, we're just gonna examine. Oh, more apples. Okay. Whee!
My maker, know my heart. Take from me a life of sorrow. Comfort is only yours to give. Oh, maker, where is the comfort? Look away. I have broken the chant because it comes from my heart. What have we when our divine is dead and the sky burns?
What do you mean you broke
my
the
gosh.
chant?
Are you also ignorant of the Maker's most basic rights?
Yes.
The chant of light is how we honor the Maker.
Yikes.
They are the only words that the faithful should hear from my lips. But I can't. Our divine is dead. Our Templars gone. The Maker's silence is deafening. What hope have we?
The Inquisition can give you the answers you need.
So I have a faith I've lost. Or one that seeks to drive it from me. I can't even look to our Templars. How is this not darkness?
We cool?
The Templars didn't even...
I believe that messenger is trying to get our attention.
You are the Herald of Andraste, are you not? I have an invitation for you.
Oh, Vivienne! I remember that name. Okay, so now can I? I sell.
I am open to you and yours. I price at a premium for everyone, so don't assume it's because you're with the Inquisition. I expect my customers to know a rarity when they see it, just as I do.
Damn. Yo. 13, 13. I can't use any of these. 10. Wow. Oh, did not mean to do that. I meant to push this button. My bad. My biggity bad. Okay. Now that I leveled up some. 13. 11. I have so many level 9s and 10s. Oh, I can use this. How do I know? Yeah, this is even better. So maybe that. Oh. Oh, this is two-hand. Ugh. Let me just get this. Okay, so that's two-hand. Greatsword takes two hands. Okay. Have that. Oh, I can wear this now? Okay. So does he not have a belt on? He doesn't have a belt or a necklace. Sunder on hit. What does that mean? Belt of healing, belt of melee defense. No, okay. So he has everything because it's all lit up. Okay. She has everything. That's me. She's missing a necklace. He has everything. Everybody has something. All right. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. What belt do I have on? Oh, this, yeah. I have a whole lot. All right. So, let me go over here, hit the sale. All right. So what y'all got over here?
If I might have a moment of your time.
I wasn't going that way.
Grand Enchanter Fiona?
Leader of the Mage Rebellion. Is it not dangerous for you to be here?
I heard of this gathering, and I wanted to see the fabled Herald of Andraste with my own eyes.
Hi.
If it's help with the breach you seek, perhaps my people are the wiser option.
I'm surprised the leader of the mages wasn't at the conclave.
Yes. You were supposed to be, and yet somehow you avoided death.
As did the Lord Seeker, you'll note. Both of us sent negotiators in our stead in case it was a trap. I won't pretend I'm not glad to live. I lost many dear friends that day.
Okay.
It disgusts me to think the Templars will get away with it. I'm hoping you won't let them.
You think the Templars did it?
So you think the Templars are responsible?
Why wouldn't she?
Lucius hardly seems broken up over his losses, if he's concerned about them at all. You heard him. You think he wouldn't happily kill the Divine to turn people against us? So yes, I think he did it. More than I think you did it, at any rate.
Will you help us?
Does that mean the mages will help us?
We are willing to discuss it with the Inquisition at least. Consider this an invitation to Redcliffe. Come, meet with the mages. An alliance could help us both, after all.
Okay.
I hope to see you there. Au revoir, my Lady Herald.
All right then, ma'am.
Come, let us return to Haven.
No, let us go to the shop that I was going to, because I want to spend monies. Don't tell me I wasn't going over here. I was going over here. Spend money, money, spend, money, money, spend. Even though it's kind of expensive. Oh, you got common stuff over here. Oh. Okay, my man can get some. Okay, all right. It's 103. 98, we don't want that. Unari trained only, Elven Cowl, you got that, so I'm gonna get him this. We need it. Oh. To light armors. Oh yeah, empty light arms. Okay, this is light. Rare light armor. Okay. So I can get this. Mail arms. Boat legs, fire resistant, magic defense. Do I want willpower or defense? I think I'm gonna do this one. Now the legs is fire resistant or cold resistant. To fire. Okay, now that we've looked over here. Fast travel, so what's... Oh, wait, there's another shop? Hold on. Wait, what's in here? There's a shop over there. What do you have? Oh, accessories. Yeah, I'm keeping that. Like, you guys are gonna have to get your life together. Guard max. Oh. Ooh, 50%. Wow. Oh, I can. Ha. Difficult time for those who have lost. While I understand concerns for propriety and the general dressing of the bazaar, I must caution that release is needed. We are suffering not just ongoing civil conflict pitting brother against sister, not just outright war pitting Templar against mage, not just the loss of our most holy and the best of our leaders. We are suffering all three. As the sky is wounded for all to see, all we know of our world is threatened along with. Aww. They're like, chin up, Charlie. Chin up. Okay. What's this? Oh. Is this it?
We should search the area.
Reservoir stocking evaluation. Tremors floating tastes off. Oh. All right. What's that noise? Waterlogged. What am I looking for? It's got to be up. I hear the tinkling. So I assume it's up there. No? Okay, I thought I could go up. Lies and deceit.
This victory must please you greatly, Sika Cassandra.
Why would it?
We came here seeking only to speak with the mothers. This is not our doing, but yours.
And you had no part in forcing our hand?
Why would we want to?
Don't delude yourself. Now we have been shown up by our own Templars, in front of everyone. And my fellow clerics have scattered to the wind along with their convictions. Just tell me one thing. Are you the Maker's chosen, as so many claim?
I don't know what's possible any longer. I suppose I might be.
Maker, help us. What if we have erred? I suppose it is out of our hands now. We shall all see what the Maker plans in the days to come.
I'm gonna let you figure it out.
There's got to be a way to calm everything down and clean up this mess.
I hope against hope that may be the case.
I'm gonna let you do your thing. So
At once.
okay.
We maintain an Inquisition presence on Commander Cullen's orders. This has been received as you might expect.
Ooh, read. The head of Madame Snappy Snips. Oh my gosh. Wow, Snappy Snips. Y'all are funny. What? Not of Heroes. Oh, songs collected. Oh. What is this? How do I get up there?
Be careful.
Okay, now this takes me up. Oh, why are you standing in it? Lover's alcove.
Oh, yes.
There's a lot of stuff to read here. Excuse me. Defy the very sun and rain. Okay. Protects the walls.
You heard? Maybe.
What? Yes, I'm sorry. Minding the duties of the ailing mother, Havara. I am rather overwhelmed. Forgive me. I am unsure whether I meant to extend Chantry services to you, and that troubles me greatly.
Okay. First things first, obey your thirst. Let me go ahead and what do we have? You use your shield while your movement is not slowed as much. All right. Sandra. You guys are out of order. I was so confused. What's this? Let's do that. With leaving shot to hit and use the momentum. Oh, that's why he jumped. We'll do that. Victory and shade. I like these little thingies.
Of course not. When there was no sky maker, you were the sky. When there was no earth, you were the earth. When there was nothing, you were everything.
Ooh.
Sky maker, you were the sky.
Inquisition, eh? I'll sell. But if the Chantry censures you, I'm not liable. No offense, but I have to live here, and Val Royeaux can be traditional.
No problem. Spiked longbow. So you sell the schemas. Whoa. Like, I don't know what's... Like, I don't know what's actually good to get. Oh, these are expensive. Oh, these are expensive, honey. The way y'all be running up on stuff has me cracking up. Oh, hold on. Oh my gosh. Okay, so can we go this way? Just for show. Dang it! How do we get over there? I thought that... Dang. Okay, so... There is something. I don't know how to get to it. Does this open? Nope. Like, there is something. Oh. Oh, okay, so I'm gonna go back to the other spot. So the other spot, I just have to keep scanning. Because there is no way up on this side. Okay, excuse me, ma'am, excuse me.
The Maker has revealed to me, as there is but one God, one life, one death. There is but one God, and He is our Maker.
I did that over here. Search for a friend in the upper district where I just was. So there's another one. Ma'am, I'm gonna need you to get up, alright? You've been there too long. Yeah.
These truths the Maker has revealed to me, as there is but one God, one life.
They are super fancy around here.
And what did they need?
All's well, it seems.
Of course.
Is that it? I don't think there's... I thought there was upper... No? Okay, well, maybe I read it wrong. Don't jump off, sir. Return to Haven. Okay. Search the upper market. Yeah. Is this not the upper market?
We shall see.
Now?
So if this is not the upper market, like, how do I get up there?
All men are the work of our Maker's hands, from the lowest slaves to the highest kings. Those who bring harm without provocation to the least of his children are hated and cursed.
I don't understand. So that's the only way to get there? Oh. Oh, read. Okay. Oh, more of these. Okay. The Randy Dowager Quarterly. Right, Susie Mees. So I guess to go to the other side. Nothing there. Okay. So let's... I don't know what this is. We gonna do it. Is that a saxophone? Oh, more reed. Uh-huh. This place is bigger than I thought. Why are you just standing in the cut, ma'am? With a fully masked face. Can I go in here? Nope, can't go in here.
Just what we needed.
Shut up.
I don't think they need.
Oh my.
What's this?
Is this a shop?
I maintain a premises wherein customers of a certain affluence entertain the purchase of my ware. So yes, shop.
Very well. What do you have for sale?
I have one item available for purchase. It is far too expensive for it merely to be sold. You may gaze upon it and dream of the wealth required to possess it, as have lords and kings. And then you may leave and purchase things from shops more aligned with your station.
How do you keep the doors open on a shop with one item?
My shop is a destination. Luminaries of every description journey here to see what is denied to them. Some pay tribute in the vain hope I will barter. They do not have the will to pay the price.
Sir, what?
They require a bargain to justify the spend, to ease their conscience. That would defeat the entirety of the purpose.
But what is it?
I can't see it. Tell me what it is.
If you have to ask, you are not the one to buy it.
Bruh!
I need to know if I can use it.
And again, the point is missed. If mere use is your concern, you should go elsewhere. The person who claims this will not be known for using it. They will be known because they paid for it.
Well, goodbye then.
Yes.
A mystery box? Oh, you have me intrigued, sir. What is that? More Randy Dower. Okay, so
Same old? Same old.
okay. So I've looked everywhere. All right, I guess I can leave. But what is this? Is it just because it's a fast travel?
Someone will need to inform them if we are delayed.
As you say, my lady.
Oh. I didn't know that was a thing. I was looking for it inside of there. Oh.
The Inquisition's herald!
Leave me alone.
Not here! Well, I work for it. Where are the hounds? Pull up the hounds!
Sir. Stop it. Hmm.
Herald of Andraste! How much did you expend to discover me? It must have weakened the Inquisition immeasurably.
I don't know who you are.
You don't fool me. I'm too important for this to be an accident. My efforts will survive in victories against you elsewhere.
Just say what?
What is that?
Ugh.
Squishy one, but you heard me, right? Just say what? Rich tits always try for more than they deserve.
Blah, blah, blah. Obey me. Arrow in my face. So, you followed the notes well enough. Glad to see you're kind of plain, really. All that talk and then you're just person.
I am.
I mean, it's all good, isn't it? The important thing is you glow. You're the herald thingy.
Some believe I'm the Herald of Andraste. But who are you, and what's this about?
No idea. I don't know this idiot from Manners. My people just said the Inquisition should look at him.
Your people? Elves?
No. People. Name's Sarah. This is cover. Get round it. For the reinforcements. Don't worry. Someone tipped me their equipment shed. They've got no breaches.
What?
Bunch of nutters.
Bunch of waters? They ain't got no pants. Varric, sweetie, why are you almost dying?
Friends really came through with that tip. No breaches. So, Herald of Andraste. You're a strange one. I'd like to join.
How about we get to know each other first? You know, names and such.
One name. No, wait, two. It's like this. I sent you a note to look for hidden stuff by my friends. The Friends of Red Jenny. That's me. Well, I'm one. So is a fence in Montfort, some woman in Kirkwall. There were 3 in Starkhaven, brothers or something. It's just a name, yeah? It lets little people, friends, be part of something while they stick it to nobles they hate. So here, in your face, I'm Sarah. The Friends of Red Jenny are sort of out there. I used them to help you. Plus arrows.
The Inquisition has spies already. Can you add to these professionals?
Here's how it is. You important people are up here, shoving your cods around. Blah, blah, I'll crush you. Ooh, crush you. Then you've got cloaks and spy kings, like this tit. Or was he one of the little knives, all serious with his little knife? All those secrets, and what gave him up? Some houseboy who don't know shite,
but knows a bad person when he sees one. So no, I'm not knifey shiv dark, all hidden. If you don't listen down here too, you risk your breeches. Like those guards, I stole their... Look, do you need people or not?
Yes.
I want to get everything back to normal. Like you.
All right, Sarah. I can use you and your friends.
Yes! Getting good before you're too big to like. That'll keep your breeches where they should be. Plus extra breeches because I have all these... You have merchants who buy that piss, yeah? Got to be worth something. Anyway, Haven. See you there, Herald. This will be grand.
Okay. Maybe I should try her. Why does her picture look like that? Alright. Oh, loot in my face. Too many breaches! Actually, it's breeches, but breaches! Oh, no, no. I just want looty patootie. I can't. Okay, so that. Nothing? All right. Let go. What's that on my ankle? I don't like it. Oh, speaking of which. Does she have a bow? She has a bow. Okay. Make sure I get the right one. I'm confused. Hold on. There we go. That's what I want to do. We'll do that. Clicky! So now I have, bows. Dang. Okay. Belts. Rings. All right. Let's go back here, and then eventually I have to go back to Red Haven. Or Stark. Is it Stark Haven? Red? Stark? Over there. So now I'm going to do the rounds, talking to everybody. Since it just mentioned it.
It occurs to me I don't actually know much about you.
What do you want to know?
I'm that bitch.
Not sure. Where are you from?
I was born in Ostwick, and that's where most of my family is.
The Trevellians, is it not? A large clan with a rather clever coat of arms. Tell me, do you consider the Free March as your home? Are you eager to go back?
Okay.
I might, once this is done.
It will not be the same once you do.
I'd like to get to know you better.
You would?
Yes, bitch.
Not entirely.
We friend,
I'm
gang,
just
gang,
curious
gang,
to
gang,
hear
gang,
motivation.
gang. Just being friendly.
No motivation beyond making things between us less
antagonistic.
Exactly.
As you wish. My name is Cassandra Pentecost, daughter of the Royal House of Navarra, 78th in line for the Navarran throne.
78th?
I joined the Seekers of Truth as a young woman, and was with the Order until they withdrew from the Chantry. I remained as the Divine's right hand, carrying out her order to form the Inquisition. And here we are. That's all there is to know, my lady.
You're a member of Navarra's royal family.
The Pentecosts are a very large clan. Half of Cumberland could say the same.
Really?
No, but it feels that way. I have hundreds of relatives so distant they need charts to prove we're related at all.
Damn.
And they have them. Oh yes. The Pentecosts value their precious blood like it runs with gold.
And you joined the Seekers to get away from that?
It was a life worth getting away from. The Pentecosts are famed for dragon hunting, but few actually pursue the craft.
Damn.
Most are fat and lazy.
Fat.
They pay lip service to the Maker and care only for idle pleasures and past glories. My brother was all that kept me in Navarra. Once he was gone, so was I.
What happened?
Tell me about your brother.
I would prefer not to speak of Anthony.
Okay.
Another time, perhaps.
I'll let you get back to work.
I won't press. Oh, the Cullen. He's such a cutie patootie.
You there. There's a shield in your hand. Block with it. If this man were your enemy, you'd be dead. Lieutenant, don't hold back. The recruits must prepare for a real fight, not a practice one.
Yes, Commander.
I'm just here for his feathers.
We've received a number of recruits. Locals from Haven and some pilgrims. None made quite the entrance you did.
Well, I'm glad I'm here.
I just hope I can help.
As do we all. It is enough that you would try. I was recruited to the Inquisition in Kirkwall myself. I was there during the Mage Uprising. I saw firsthand the devastation it caused.
Sir.
Cassandra sought a solution. When she offered me a position, I left the Templars to join her cause. Now it seems we face something far worse.
I must have this mark for a reason. It will work. I'm sure of it.
Provided we can secure aid, but I'm confident we can. The Chantry lost control of both Templars and Mages. Now they argue over a new Divine while the breach remains. The Inquisition could act when the Chantry cannot. Our followers would be part of that. There's so much we can... Forgive me. I doubt you came here for a lecture.
I'd like your enthusiasm. Ooh!
No, but if you have one prepared, I'd love to hear it.
Another time, perhaps.
Mm-hmm.
There's still a lot of work.
Commander, Sir Raiden has a report on our supply lines.
As I was saying.
Listen, don't be looking at me like that. I'm here for it. Okay. Let's go over here to see if I can add anything to my peoples. Good day to you! Modified weapons. No available upgrades. Really? I have no upgrades for any of this stuff. How do I get runes? Do I have any more? Nope. Oh, but that's better. But that's 11. No upgrades. 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 Okay.
You need something? Let me know.
Craft weapons. I can craft these. Oh. So, longsword. So I can use this, but do I want to? There's a dagger. 19. So oh. And a shit ton of Drakestone. Okay, so what is this? Okay. So I can okay. But I think I have 3. Did I make this? Okay, let's try that. So
Should serve you well.
So this is the same thing. Oh, okay, so this is where I can actually craft the whole armor. So I can beef this up. But do I want to? Because what I have... So is this what I have on right now? They be killing me with this max health, dog. So this is what she has on. I'm a little confused. So... She went up. So I need a aiming and a rune. How do I get runes? Do I have to buy those? So now I can add these to my stuff so I can modify my weapons. No upgrades available for me. Right? Or is it armor? It's armor, not weapon. No, not craft. Dang it. There we go. Oh. Okay, so then she can have one. Okay. Firm. Oh, she can't wear that. Dang it. Ooh, why is that silky? Oh, he's silky. Okay. Good. Now, I don't know what coming in here does and clicking on this box, but I'm gonna do it. Didn't I already have these? Okay. Greetings. Oh, don't be freezing. What's wrong with you?
I don't know. Master Harisham has
I don't know who's talking to me, but I'm gonna need you to stop. Too many breaches. Like it says breaches, actually is breaches. I like say breaches. I don't have anything for aiming, do I? I don't think I do.
Need something?
The red lyrium we found at the temple seemed to upset you.
My brother Bartrand and I sort of discovered red lyrium during an expedition in the deep roads. We located an ancient thaig, so old it barely looked dwarven. There was this idol there made of it. Bartrand brought it back to the surface, and, well, everything's gone downhill from there.
Investigate.
What makes it special?
Regular lyrium can mess you up pretty badly, but you have to ingest it for that to happen. Red lyrium messes with your mind when you're just near the stuff.
Oh,
You're singing,
yeah.
get violent, paranoid, and then it does creepy shit. Makes things float, brings statues to life. I've had a few alchemists studying it in Kirkwall, in shifts.
Oh, in shifts. Oh.
Why do you have red lyrium?
My brother kept a sliver when he sold it. I'm pretty sure he held on to it because it was already talking to him. That little shard drove him mad. I had him taken to a sanitarium and eventually found the fragment in his house. We brought the shit to the surface, Bartrand and I. I wanted to find out if there was a way to shut it up. So far, it looks like the answer is no.
All right.
I think that's enough on red lyrium.
Yeah, not really my favorite subject.
Oh. So you get stuff? Was that crack over there? Is that crack you're on?
Need something?
I read your Tale of the Champion, and I have a few questions.
That's a pretty common reaction. Go ahead.
There's no way Hawk really could have killed the Arashok. It would have started a war with the Kunari.
I was told later that the Kunari disavowed his actions. Apparently the Arashok didn't get permission before he attacked Kirkwall, and the Qun didn't want another exalted march. When they finally sent a ship to haul the wrecked dreadnought away, they just said, "We will never speak of this again." As far as I can tell, that's the Qun's version of an apology.
All right.
Carry on.
Let's find Solus. Oh, who's in the... Is she in the bar? Oh, look at her.
So, this is it, huh? Oh, no, it's fine, yeah? It's just, I thought it'd be bigger. That would have been hilarious if you were a man, right? Wait.
Giggity.
Anyway, stopping wars should earn more sovereigns than this. Need things back to normal for coins to be flowing again. Another reason the Templars and mages need to be sat down.
It's not just a war between those two.
Well, sure, the sky has a hole in it, but I can't put an arrow in that.
Truth.
Well, I have. Doesn't come down. That's weird. And that's the point, right? It's weird and right there, but they still want to punch each other. They're too busy to look up where the real questions are.
That's why we're here. To help guide everyone back from the brink.
The religious ones tell you that. That's important, right? But don't make it all about that. Seems like believing too hard is what got everyone here. And here is stupid and smells of horse. Really, what everyone needs is to get everything back to normal and proper and profitable. Sound good to you, old-touched Lady Herald?
Sounds good to me.
I'm ready to give it a shot. That's all I can ask from anyone else.
The fact that my teeth are yellow is bothering me.
Better pay off, too. Stupid war and everything. I had things to do.
Drop and grab operation available. Okay.
Researcher Minave wishes to use some inexpensive spirits. She wishes to light creature's corpse on fire to determine whether it is specifically vulnerable to heat.
Gotta get the hell out of here.
At least we've got Inquisition troops out at Redcliffe now, giving those people some real confidence.
It's almost as if Mother Giselle brought the troops out there by going herself.
Hey, Solus.
Hello.
What's going on? What's good? Tell me about the Fade, dog.
What do you know about the Fade?
A great deal, from my wanderings. There are a few hard facts.
I can't remember if I listened to this before. Tell me about the breach.
I'd like to know more about the breach.
Simply put, it is a tear in the veil between this world and the Fade, allowing spirits to enter the world physically. Small tears occur naturally when magic weakens the veil, or when spirits cluster at an area that has seen many deaths. But your mark allows you to exert some control over the breach. That means it was created deliberately.
I'd like to know more about the veil.
Circle mages call it a barrier between this world and the Fade, but according to my studies in ancient elven lore, that is a vast oversimplification. Without it, imagine if spirits entered freely. The Fade was not a place one went, but a state of nature like the wind.
I don't know if I can imagine that.
Try. Imagine if spirits were not a rarity, but a part of our natural world. Like a fast-flowing river. Yes, it can drown careless children, but it can also carry a merchant's goods or grind a miller's flour. That is what the world could be if the veil were not present. For better or worse.
Tell me about demonies.
I'd like to know more about demons.
The Chantry says that demons hate the natural world and seek to bring their chaos and destruction to the
I just think they want to come here and live, dog.
labels misconstrue their motivations.
They like, let me out.
In so doing, do all a great disservice. Spirits wish to join the living, and a demon is that wish gone wrong.
Is there a way to coexist? To live with them? If not in peace, at least without such active confrontation.
Not in the world we know today. The veil creates a barrier that makes true understanding most unlikely. But the question is a good one, and it matters that you thought to ask.
Cool beans.
We'll talk later.
Goodbye.
Oh, dang it. Wow, okay. Black Lotus. Even though I don't use them, I'm gonna go ahead and, you know. Oh.
Secret Ask told me that he can't let the herbs go for anything less than 8.
Dang. Oh. I want this open.
Fine. We'll gather our own.
Okay.
Tell Segrid he better hope he doesn't need a salve anytime soon. You're back. And in one piece.
How do I go about having potions made?
Just in case.
Just take a look there and tell me what you'd like. Find a recipe for something better, I can make that too.
Okay. Nothing else? Alright. there we go.
I'm used to delivering children and helping old men through the winter cold. I was with the Templars. I can tell anyone who hasn't played. There were so many questions surrounding Farria's death. Did he think we wouldn't notice? He's killed Farria, one of my best agents, and knows where the others are. You know what must be done. Make it clean. Painless if you can. We were friends once.
I mean, is it really my business? Is it really my business?
It will be done.
I'm sorry you had to see that. Trust me. Everything I do is to protect our interests. Now, if you're happy, I have more work to do.
Ma'am, I was just trying to talk to you in the first place.
Reports of fade rifts and demons keep coming. The people are terrified, and it's only getting worse. The only thing that will calm their fears now is the hope that someone out there can save them. You have to be that someone. No one else has any power over the rifts. Seal them. Your legend will spread, and Thedas will learn to trust the Inquisition. Let's talk about you. Me?
She's like,
Bards tell tales. I bet you tell some good ones. There are plenty of tales in the library. Perhaps you should look for them there.
Ooh.
What did you do before you worked for the Divine? I was a bard, a Norwegian spy for many years. For a time I also served a small cloister in Lothering. After the Blight, the Divine called on me to oversee her personal network. I should leave you to your work. We can always talk later.
Alright. I do not want to be a bard. So. Okay. 5 Blood Lotus. But where is the obsidian?
We can get that for you right away, sir. But
Can I help you with something?
Nothing.
Farewell. Make her go with you.
Alright.
How many people are going to die?
It's good you've returned. We heard of your encounter.
You heard? My agents in a city sent word ahead, of course.
It's a shame the Templars have abandoned their senses as well as the capital.
We had to do something, and now we have an opportunity.
Hey,
Yes, and we have the opening we need to approach the Templars and the mages.
Do we? Lord Seeker Lucius is not the man I remember.
True, he has taken the orders somewhere, but to do what? My reports have been very odd.
We must look into it. I'm certain not everyone in the Order will support the Lord Seeker.
Or the Herald could simply go to meet the mages in Redcliffe instead.
You think the Mage Rebellion is more united? It could be 10 times worse.
I could at least find out what the mages want.
No doubt what they've always wanted. Support for their cause.
We shouldn't discount Redcliffe. The mages may be worth the risk.
They are powerful, Ambassador, but more desperate than you realize.
You think it's a trap?
You think the invitation could be some kind of trap?
If some among the rebel mages were responsible for what happened at the Conclave.
The same could be said about the Templars.
True enough. Right now, I'm not certain we have enough influence to approach the Order safely.
Then the Inquisition needs agents in more places. That's something you can help with.
In the meantime, we should consider other options.
Listen, my outfit is outfitting.
There is one other matter.
What is it, baby
Several
girl?
months ago, the Grey Wardens of Ferelden vanished. I sent word to those in Orlais, but they have also disappeared. Ordinarily, I wouldn't even consider the idea they're involved in all this, but the timing is curious.
Don't be
That does
suspicious.
sound odd.
Don't be
I agree.
suspicious.
The others have disregarded my suspicion, but I cannot ignore it. 2 days ago, my agents in the hinterlands heard news of a Grey Warden by the name of Blackwall. If you have the opportunity, please seek him out. Perhaps he can put my mind at ease.
And if he can't?
Then there may be more going on than we thought.
Ooh, don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious. What is this?
A learned child is a blessing upon his parents and onto the Maker.
Who's you?
Excuse me. I've got a message for the Inquisition, but I'm having a hard time getting anyone to talk to me.
Who are you, soldier?
Cremisius Aclassi with the Bull's Chargers Mercenary Company. We mostly work out of Orlais and Navarra. We've got word of some Tevinter mercenaries gathering out on the Storm Coast. My company commander, Iron Bull, offers the information free of charge. If you'd like to see what the Bull's Chargers can do for the Inquisition, meet us there and watch us work.
Tell me about your company.
What can your Bull's Chargers offer the Inquisition?
We're loyal, we're tough, and we don't break contracts. Ask around Val Royeaux. We've got references.
What should I know about your commander?
Iron Bull. He's one of those Kunari, the big guys with the horns. He leads from the front, he pays well, and he's a lot smarter than the last bastard I worked for. Best of all, he's professional. We accept contracts with whoever makes the first real offer. You're the first time he's gone out of his way to pick a side.
Why did your commander send us this information?
Iron Bull wants to work for the Inquisition. He thinks you're doing good work.
Okay. Well, welcome to help.
I look forward to meeting this Iron Bull.
We're the best you'll find. Come to the Storm Coast and you can see us in action.
Thank you.
Researcher Manic wishes to verify that the infections have decreased in number. Yes.
Whoa.
Have you had any trouble with them?
Not at all. I will inform you if that changes.
Oh, that takes a long time. I didn't realize that. That takes 24 hours. Before the Fifth Blight and the arrival of the hero of Ferelden, Haven was occupied by cultists who worshipped a dragon. Yep. Once they believed to be Andraste reborn, both the cultists and their dragon were long gone by the time the Chantry arrived to build the Temple of Sacred Ashes, but there may still be some undiscovered passages.
All right.
At your service.
Ambassador Monliet, the Inquisition emissaries, were a welcome addition to our vigil. As a token of my thanks, I am sending Ferelden arms for your troops. May the Maker grant you never need them. Kuzland! Alright. Okay, so let's go to Orlais. Anything extra on the map? Okay. Some Red Ginny stuff. Alright. All right. What is that? Oh. Oh, I can't do that right now. But
these truths the Maker has revealed to me. As there is but one God, one life, one death.
Stay safe out there.
okay, but what I can do is go back here. Let's go here because I gotta tell them that the watchtower has been built. Let's try to keep the order that I had before. Confirm. Next! All right, cool. Now that we're back here. Whoa, what is that? What is that? Oh, oh. Ah, okay. Well, first of all, let me highlight that because I was confused. Let's highlight that. Hold, please. Okay, had to restroom it up, and did I mark the thing? I marked it. All right. Still can't. How do I? Okay, I thought I unlocked it. I was incorrect. So now I know I need to pick up absolutely everything.
If those refugees are going to defend themselves, they'll need real defenses. I've got a few ideas.
I built watchtowers in the areas you recommended.
Nicely done. That'll give both your refugees and our farmers.
Yeah, y'all need to chill out.
Pays a visit. I'll speak to the master and have weapons sent to your people at the crossroads.
Yeah. All right. Anything else?
Fight well out there.
Cool. Convince Dennett to provide horses to the Inquisition. I did it. Is that it, or is that? Oh. Is this the girl with the thing? Try my course type of thing.
Fancy trying out one of my courses?
Nah.
I'll speak with you later.
I do not wanna. I want to know why that room is locked, and I don't like that it's locked.
There must be something here.
Elena says you got rid of those demon-cursed wolves. Should be safer for our farmers now. You've held up your end of our bargain, Inquisition. You'll have my whole stable and good hands to go with it.
What can you tell me about the wilderness around here?
Got
Upstairs?
some old ruins in the forest, from long before any king of Ferelden. The lakes are pretty, though when the weather's odd, you hear tell of spirits. Beyond that, my daughter Sienna set up a track just over there. Fool girl likes to race the horses.
You sent your stable hands and your horses to the Inquisition. What about you?
Well, you've cleaned up the area, and I can't say I'm not tempted. Still, it feels wrong to abandon my land to go play horsemaster again.
Are you Andrastian? This is a matter of faith. The Maker would want the best to join us.
I've heard some things about you lot. Can't say I'm not interested in what it all means. All right, Inquisition. I'll look to your horses myself. Never let it be said that Redcliffe gave less than the best. Just let me settle matters here and say goodbye to my wife. I'll meet you at Haven.
Cool. That scared me.
Those watchtowers will keep my farmers and your refugees a lot safer. I've sent supplies to the crossroads.
What is that? Is it outside? Dang, that was close. Nope, still here. What is it? Whatever it is, like, what is it? I don't know what it is. No? It's got to be something inside. I don't know what it is. It's driving me insane. It's got to be something in here. Sounds like it's either upstairs. Bruh, did I not come in here and do this? Come on. Well then. So, what's this? Let's guard against looters, mage hideout, which I've ransacked. Oh, so that's what these are. Okay, so I need to go here. Make a black wall. Wait, me and this leaking eye. This eye has been leaking the entire playthrough. Oh. This. Okay. So now let's see exactly where we are to it. That. Oh, behind me. That is a waterfall. Oh, really? No. I believe in you. I believe. Yo, how? What? How? How did y'all? What? Bruh. That was rude. Oh, this is where he is. Blood Lotus, I need. Collecting all of this. And now I know I actually need these. I'm picking up all of it. I wasn't sure how many it would require to, like, you know, make stuff. But now that I know, bruh, snatching. Sweet, sweet.
Remember how to carry your shields. You're not hiding, you're holding. Otherwise, it's useless.
Blackwall? Warden Blackwall?
You're not... How do you know my name? Who said that?
What the fuck?
That's it. Help or get out. We're dealing with these idiots first.
What the hell just happened?
Here they come.
Excuse me, excuse me, excuse me. Your friend just died. Are you gonna be on my squad? What the hell's going on?
Sorry, bastards. Good work, conscripts. Even if this shouldn't have happened, they could have... Well, thieves are made, not born. Take back what they stole. Go back to your families. You saved yourselves. You're no farmer. Why do you know my name? Who are you?
Hello.
I know your name because I'm an agent of the Inquisition. I'm investigating whether the disappearance of wardens has anything to do with the murder of the Divine.
Maker's balls. The Wardens and the Divine. That can't... No, you're asking so you don't really know. First off, I didn't know they disappeared. But we do that, right? No more blight, job done. Wardens are the first thing forgotten.
True.
But one thing I'll tell you, no Warden killed the Divine. Our purpose isn't political.
His beard is bearding out here.
I'm not here to accuse. Not yet. I just need information. I've only found you. Where are the rest?
I haven't seen any Wardens for months. I travel alone, recruiting. Not much interest because the Archdemon is a decade dead, and no need to conscript because there's no blight coming. Treaties give Wardens the right to take what we need, who we need. These idiots forced this fight, so I conscripted their victims. They had to do what I said, so I told them to stand. Next time they won't need me. Grey Wardens can inspire. Make you better than you think you are.
I wasn't aware Grey Wardens could take whatever they want.
It's complicated. If there's a blight, everyone has to help the effort to fight it. The treaties are ancient. Outside of blights, it's as binding as a clever tongue can make it.
Do you have any idea where the other Wardens could have gone?
Maybe they returned to our stronghold at Weishaupt? That's in the Anderfels, a long way north. I don't really know. Can't imagine why they'd all disappear at once, let alone where they disappear to.
Why haven't you gone missing like the rest of them?
Well, maybe I was going to. Or maybe there's a new directive, but a runner got lost or something. My job was to recruit on my own. Plan to stay that way for months. Years.
Oh!
Well, thank you, Warden Blackwall. But now where does this leave us?
I'm a furrow too.
Inquisition. Agent, did you say? Hold a moment. The Divine is dead and the sky is torn. Events like these, thinking we're absent is almost as bad as thinking we're involved. If you're trying to put things right, maybe you need a warden. Maybe
I do.
you need me.
The Inquisition needs all the support it can get. But what can one Grey Warden do?
Save the fucking world if pressed. Look, maybe fighting demons from the sky isn't something I'm practiced at. But show me someone who is. And like I said, there are treaties. Maybe this isn't a blight, but it's bloody well a disaster. Some will honor them. Being a warden means something to a lot of people.
Si, senor.
Warden Blackwall, the Inquisition accepts your offer.
Good to hear. We both need to know what's going on. And perhaps I've been keeping to myself for too long. This warden walks with the Inquisition.
Cool. Let's swap out. So many new people in here. How we run around? Yeah, give me this Black Lotus. Alright, so now that we have that, cards, apostate cash. Okay. So we're definitely, the closest one is this one, I think. Yeah. Still need obsidian. And excuse me. Gonna get you that. Replenish. Okay, so everybody's good. Alright. He might need lyrium, but we'll see.
Nothing to report, sir.
Wait, hold on. Going after the main mission, right? Yeah. Okay. So it is that way. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and save going to the meet for the next video. Thanks for hanging with you guys, and hopefully I will catch you in the next one. Bye!